Welcome back, guys. We are back at the Aquila City. Our current quest is called Where Hope is Built. The quest is for the Freestar Collective. We need to talk with Daniel Blake. Let's do it. Let's see where he is. Hello? Talk with me.
What's the story on Montero Luna?
That call we got from Wagner Farm turned out to be a little more interesting than I was expecting. Some men were trying to run the Wagners off their land. They tried to buy it first, but when that didn't work, they turned to threats. We confronted them, and unfortunately, it came to violence. None of them survived.
You helped someone in need and came back alive. That's a job well done.
Shall we celebrate with a drink?
You did good, but a celebration might be a little premature.
There are still some unanswered questions.
I agree. Until we see the whole picture, we won't know if Miss Wagner is truly safe. What did you make of these men who were trying to take the farm?
Well, that main guy was pretty strong. They were tough and well armed, probably mercenaries.
If that's true, then someone must have hired them. Now, did you find anything that might give us a lead on why these men wanted the farm?
They hired someone to steal a ship from Hope Tech.
Hope Tech ships ain't exactly cheap. That thief could probably tell us a lot about these men you ran into.
There's something else. They were dressed in Freestar militia uniforms. The unit badge was yellow on black with the number 1. They also said something about being forgotten. They seemed bitter about it, resentful. Didn't you fight in the Colony War, Marshal? Any of that sound familiar?
The 1st Cavalry. I was in that unit for a while. But it was disbanded decades ago. After the Battle of Nera. What was left of it, anyway.
What was the Colony War?
The war between the United Colonies and the Freestar Collective? Worst conflict the settled systems has ever seen. Each side unleashed terrible weapons on the other. And countless people died. The armistice was signed 20 years ago. But a lot of folks still bear their scars.
Could those men be veterans from the 1st Cavalry?
I suppose it ain't impossible, but it's real damn unlikely. The unit was pretty much wiped out, and the few that survived ended up in prison after a court-martial for disobeying orders. I don't recall how long the sentence was.
What happened at the Battle of Nera?
The 1st Cavalry lost almost all their mechs and soldiers in a big push to take the United Colonies base. They were just about there when a ceasefire order came down. Both sides had just lost too much by then. It was a bloodbath. The commanding officer of the 1st disobeyed the order. He didn't want the lives of his soldiers to be sacrificed. For nothing. They court-martialed him, and the rest of the surviving officers, and locked them all up.
That still doesn't explain why they'd want Wagner Farm.
No, it doesn't. Just raises more questions. It's a good bet that starship thief can help us get some answers. The Hope Tech factory is in Hope Town on Polvo. Nia Kalu's our ranger stationed out there. She can introduce you to Ron Hope, the president of Hope Tech. He might be able to help you find the thief. Just make sure you stay on his good side. He's on the Council of Governors, and they're the ones we answer to.
The Council of Governors?
The ruling body that oversees the Freestar Collective and the Rangers. The council members are the political and corporate elite of the Freestar Collective. So we have to tread lightly when we're dealing with them.
What can you tell me about Ron Hope?
Proud, stubborn, and smart. A self-made man. He built Hope Tech through blood, sweat, and sheer willpower.
I'll do what I have to do.
Normally, I'd praise that kind of dedication. But you need to maintain a sense of perspective here. Our authority and our power comes from the Council of Governors. Remember that. This is your assignment now, Deputy. Work with the other Rangers. Find out what you can about those men on Montero Luna. Meantime, I'll look into a possible connection with the 1st Cavalry. Good hunting.
Alright,
I'll make sure Ranger Kalu knows to expect you.
let's see. So he doesn't want to talk with me. Go to Polvos orbit. Let's get back to our ship then.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Freestar Ranger Nia Kalu. Outfit next time we plan inside.
It still fits, Dad. And I love it.
Alright.
I repeat,
Now, a new book.
This is Freestar Space. Please hold your current speed and heading while we scan you for contraband.
Okay, there was a lot of
Alright,
talking.
we're done. Welcome to Hopetown.
My ship crew was talking, somebody's asking for help, and the ship. Let's dock to it.
Ship is now docked.
Let's board it directly. Alright, let's see what happened in here. Malfunctioning thruster controls or relays or something. Okay. Oh. Let me jump down. 2nd floor. Okay. This is a pretty big ship. An injured human.
Please tell me you're here to help, not to try and steal my ship.
The Marshal sent me to find you. I need your help.
You need my help. I'd laugh if it didn't hurt so much. I was tracking a crew of outlaws that's been preying on merchant ships. Bastards got the drop on me. I ran them off, but they got a few good hits in. As you can see, I ain't in much shape to make repairs.
What do you need me to do?
Repair my ship? Please.
Are those outlaw ships still in the area?
No, no chance. They took as much of a beating as I did. While outnumbering me 3-1, I'd like to point out.
We need to get you to a doctor.
I'll be fine once the pain medication kicks in. The priority right now is the ship. Can't do my job without it. Just patch her up enough to get to Hopetown. The rest can get fixed up there.
I'm on it.
Thanks. I owe you one.
Rangers always got each other's back.
Alright.
Repair my ship? Please.
How do I repair it? 3 points of interest. Probably hull damage or something. Do I have a welding tool or anything else? Navigation, computer, assembly, repair. Oh, so it's just a lever. Sure. Can't take anything I want in this ship. It's no stealing, it seems. Weapon case. Empty. Okay. How to get to the other point? Probably down here. Yep. 20 meters. Another lever. Yep. Different kind. And now probably the highest floor. Okay, let's see. This. And a button. 2 levers and a button. Let's see what she says to us.
Thanks. That should get me home.
Happy to help a fellow ranger.
Good. There aren't many of us out there. So it makes all our lives easier when we can help each other out. Now let's talk about those outlaw ships. They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far. But if they make it back to their hideout, I might never find them again. We can't let that happen.
What can you tell me about those ships?
Light armaments, not too fast. Pilots are gifted amateurs, but still amateurs. You'll be outnumbered, but they'll be damaged, which should even things up for you.
Just tell me where they were headed, and I'll handle it.
They look to be heading for Polvo's moon Miatha.
Good hunting.
Okay.
They were pretty beat up, so I don't think they got real far.
Okay, back to our ship. Let's see, so we need to go to Miatha. Let's target it and travel. It is in the same system we are currently at.
Target's shields are down.
Time to space battle. Easy.
Enemy's shield Curtis Pride.
Easy peasy. Even though my ship is rank A, the weakest, but still shreds through these dudes like through butter. Okay, let me collect everything before moving on. Okay, let's scan the planet. Hope Town. Oh boy, I completely forgot that I have already visited Hope Town for the Ryujin Industries quest line. So we have been in this place for 2 or 3 times already.
I don't want to hear any complaints.
Let's see.
Keep an eye on your back.
This was literally enough.
Hello?
You made it. Those outlaws didn't give you too much trouble, I trust?
Nope. First things first, how are you feeling?
I can walk, talk, and breathe without too much pain. That's good enough for me.
No trouble at all.
Good. I'm sure it didn't hurt that I softened him up for you. You've got good timing. A courier just came in from Aquila. The Marshal sends his regards along with a briefing on your case. I was surprised as hell to learn about the starship theft. Nobody said a word to me about it. Anyway, Mr. Hope can see us whenever you're ready. If you need to take a little time first, feel free.
Nobody from Hope Tech reported the starship theft?
No, and I can't get answers as to why not. I'm sure Mr. Hope has his reasons.
Let's meet with Ron Hope.
His office is upstairs. He's in a meeting, but it should be wrapping up. Come on.
Alright. Let's follow her.
Trucks in space.
What?
Their motto always cracks me up.
Alright,
Isn't
Hope.
just the founder and president of Hope Tech. He's on the Council of Governors. The council oversees the Freestar Rangers, so don't rile him up. I've spent a long time trying to
Okay,
build good
so
relationships.
don't shoot anybody in here.
He comes on a little strong, but there's a lot to admire about the man. Everything you see around you, he built. Pretty much everyone in this town owes him for their livelihood. Can't begin to imagine the kind of pressure that must put on someone. All I'm saying is, try to show a little respect.
I won't provoke him too much.
All the way up. Is it just me, or does every executive in the settled systems have an office on the top floor? I guess being above everyone makes them feel like they're, well, above everyone.
They should get an elevator or something.
I guess I could offer double shifts. It'll push payroll pretty high. As for parts, we could try outsourcing. Do a contract with scavengers, maybe, but that's a decision that's got to be made upstairs.
Well, talk to Elaine about the scavengers. It's not a bad idea, provided we get a good deal. And I don't mean a fair deal. I mean a good deal. Remember, it's not just our bottom line that matters. We're also
Can't we interrupt the
responsible for
conversation or
welfare
something?
of everyone in
Nope.
the factory. We look out for our people here, Bridget. That's a point of great personal pride.
Excuse me, Mr. Hope?
Well now, the Freestar Rangers. At last! Ah, damn good to see you, Mia. I think we're done here, Bridget.
Yes, sir.
This is the deputy I told you about.
Splendid. Splendid! It's a noble calling, being a Freestar Ranger. We certainly could use more of you. Let's get down to it, shall we? Time is money.
And you're
I'm
wasting
sure
my
I don't
time.
have to tell you what an outrage it is to have a ship stolen right out of the factory. Justice must be done, and the sooner the better.
I found your stolen ship on Montara Luna.
That's good news. I'll send my people over to bring it home. Of course, that doesn't mean your work is done. I want the thief found and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I'm sure I don't need to remind you of my position on the Council of Governors.
I'm aware of your position.
Then, I trust that you know what I expect of you. Now, tell me that you've at least got a lead of some kind.
Of course I do. A group of mercenaries hired a thief to steal your ship.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Sadly, there's no lack of mercenaries in the settled systems. I suppose the chance to cut costs by stealing a ship was too good to pass up. Well, I'm not sure I can be much help, but I'll answer whatever questions I can.
Did anyone see the thief?
We questioned everyone who was in the building when it happened, and not one person seems to have seen anything at all. Frankly, I think that's both highly unlikely and more than a little suspicious. However, I can't deny there are times when the hangar is empty, so it's not inconceivable the thief could have slipped in unseen.
Was there anything unique about the stolen ship?
No, nothing at all. It was just a standard HopeTech cargo hauler. Not that it didn't have great value, mind you. HopeTech builds some of the most durable and reliable starships in the settled systems. Now, you can bet my ships last twice as long as anything Stroud Eklund makes.
The thief had inside help. Know anything about that?
What? Nonsense! We vet our people thoroughly here. HopeTech holds its employees to the very highest standards. Nevertheless, I suppose I could have Cosette conduct a thorough personnel review. Rest assured, if we turn up any evidence that one of our people was an accomplice, I'll let you know.
Why didn't anyone report the theft?
Because I told them not to. If word got out, it would do irreparable harm to our image. I'm in fierce competition with other starship manufacturers. Any sign of weakness could be fatal. What's more, every starship thief in the settled systems would likely flock to Hopetown and start planning the next heist.
I think we're done here.
Very well. I need you to understand something, Deputy. This town is home to men, women, and children who depend on HopeTech for a living. I provide jobs that put food on their tables and a roof over their heads. It's a responsibility that I take very seriously. If word gets out about the stolen ship, my investors will lose trust, and my workers will pay the price. I can't allow that.
You've got a reputation for looking after your own, Mr. Hope. I'm sure the deputy here will keep that in mind.
Is that so? Well, I'm glad to hear it. I've worked hard to make sure that everyone here is well cared for.
You can count on my discretion, Mr. Hope.
I'm glad we understand one another.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Mr. Hope, but there's been a development.
Not now, Cosette. I'm in the middle of something.
But sir, we have new information. I've just received a report that the stolen ship was seen landing at Neon just after the theft.
A breakthrough at last. Well, Deputy, it sounds like you'll be heading to Neon, which means I can get back to work. Remember what we discussed. My people are depending on you.
Hey, Can I get a word?
Everybody wants to talk with me. Okay, let's talk with Samko first.
Sorry, I plain forgot what I wanted to talk with you about.
Really?
That girl. If Cora leaves her tools out one more time... I mean, I love her more than life itself, but I can only say the same damn thing so many times.
Go easy on her.
Oh, next time I see her, I'll paste on a smile and ask her ever so nicely to pick them up. Again. I mean, this is between me and you. But Cora wasn't exactly planned. I don't know if I mentioned, but I served a spell in the Freestar Rangers. Had a partner. Lillian Hartz. Well, we were like fire and ice, but, well, it wasn't all bad.
Do I really need to know about this? Freestar Ranger. How come I haven't seen Lillian at the Rock?
She's one of their top rangers, so they keep her in the field a lot. That's how she likes it.
How did you wind up being a ranger of all things?
Well, it wasn't by choice. It was a lousy fit. Maybe someday I'll get into it. I'm just happy I found Constellation. Best damn organization in the settled system, do you ask me?
Whether you wanted to be dead or not, you seem to have taken to it.
It wasn't always like it is now. Hell, when Cora was born, I was completely out of my depth. For the first few months, I kept thinking, what a colossal mistake I made. Me. A father. But one late night, early morning, whatever, little Cora gave me my first smile. And I knew I'd do anything for that girl.
Where was Lillian during this?
Well, Mrs. Lillian Coe was right there with me. And as bad as I had it with nursing at all hours, I know I had it comparatively easy. But that don't mean those first few months were good by any stretch of the imagination.
Cora's lucky to have you.
Yeah, sure don't feel like it. You said Cora's great, and I think so too. But I see so much of myself in her. I've done things I'm not proud of. Said things even worse. I try to be better for Cora, but... is she gonna fall into the same traps?
Is your past really that bad?
Well, it's bad enough. Let me put it that way.
You should talk to her about all this.
Maybe. When she's older. I know it seems crazy, towing her across the stars, but I'm not exactly swimming with options here. Her mother... like I said, another story, another time. And what, have her raised by Jacob, my dad? I'd sooner ship her off to Vladimir.
There really isn't anyone else that could take her?
No, not really. Lillian and me don't have any siblings. We'd have to start looking into really extended family for other relations. I wouldn't want to anyway. Looking after Cora, that's not something I want to pawn off on someone.
I think Cora is thriving, growing up with the Constellation.
You think? Well, she does say the damnedest things. And if she just learned to pick up after herself, she just might live until she's 13.
Okay.
Yeah, the way you handle things...
Do you have anything
not
for
bad.
me?
Well, mildly interesting at least. Here.
Alright.
My life is an open... Yeah, I was done too.
Nice talk. Let's talk with you now. Nia?
That wasn't as helpful as it could have been. Still, at least you know where to pick up the trail.
I was hoping to learn more.
Yeah, me too. So, guess you're headed for Neon. There's a ranger stationed there. Name's Jalen Price. He's a little different than the rest of us. But Neon's a different kind of place.
How is Neon different?
Well, we could talk for an hour about that. The short version would be that crime, law, and justice don't exactly mean the same things there. The badge doesn't carry the same weight on Neon, so you might have to get creative.
What can you tell me about Ranger Price?
He's what I'd call a pragmatist. He sees things for what they are. He's also well-connected, which means a lot on Neon. You should listen to what he tells you. It'll keep you out of trouble.
Jalen Price, got it.
He should be able to help you out. Well, we've both got work to do. It was good to meet you, Deputy. Thanks again for helping me out up there.
What's next for you?
I'll be taking it easy for a couple of days. Need time to heal up. Then, I need to get back up there and keep an eye out for more pirates. I'm hoping to track one of their ships so I can find their hideout. Guess we could both use a little luck, huh?
Keep your eyes and ears open. I'm not sure we got the whole story here.
Yeah, the question of who helped the starship thief is still an open one. Don't you worry. I'll keep an ear to the ground. You be careful in Neon.
You need something?
Alright.
Local security
Anything
handles
else?
most problems here. I only get involved when it's something big.
What's the division of responsibility between you and local security?
Think of it as a small picture, big picture proposition. The small picture is local trouble, things that happen here in Hopetown. Handling that is local security's job. We Rangers protect the entire Freestar collective, so we deal with problems that span multiple worlds. Smuggling rings, escaped convicts, pirates preying on shipping. Those are the kind of things we handle. That's why there are Rangers stationed in different settlements. It lets us cast a wide net.
Is there any friction between the Rangers and big companies like HopeTech?
Not usually. Local security handles most of their issues. Every once in a while, though, we need access to sensitive information as part of our work. Badge or not, some folks aren't fond of letting us poke around in their books and personnel files. Honestly, though, it's not that common. Most people are willing to work with us because they know it's in everyone's best interest.
Okay.
Bye.
Alright guys, this is a good place to pause the video. In the next part, we'll be going back to the Neon for the Shadows in Neon quest. So I hope you enjoyed watching this playthrough, and I'll see you in the next part. Bye everyone.